Here with Adam Avens, head coach of the Montcalm Generals. Adam, the thing that stands out is it was like a 26-19 game there, and I think they closed the half on a 15-4 run. And that's kind of that feels like where the game sort of got away from you. Just talk to me about what happened, because I think they called a timeout because they got frustrated, and that seemed to be the tipping point.
Yeah, we just we kind of lost our patience a little bit offensively, lost our way. We didn't value the basketball enough in that stretch there at the end of the first half, and then against a team as well coached and as talented as they are, you've got to do everything right to compete. And we just didn't handle things that they were throwing at us with the right poise in that last stretch, and that happens. But we're just learn every day.
You talked about the patience on offense, but was that a huge sticking point coming in? Because watching it, that was one of the things, is that there really wasn't a lot of room to get downhill or to get in the lane, and a lot of the looks at the paint kind of came off of offensive rebounds. But you guys shot really well. Was that something that you thought, hey, it might be harder to get downhill in this game?
Yeah, we knew coming in, having played them, just a couple weeks ago, we knew coming in that getting downhill probably wasn't going to be something that we could rely on. We tried to put them in screen and roll as much as we could to try to get different looks, if they were going to hard hedge or if they were going to try to trap and drop, whatever. And then we just honestly tried to control the tempo with our half-court offense. And I felt like we did do that for the most part early. And then we got shots, and like you said, we were strong on the offensive glass and got some putbacks, and then we hit some shots too. So it overall, we kind of executed what we wanted to do.
Yeah, one thing that stands out too is 10. He missed the entire first quarter and then came in the second quarter,
yeah.
And he was able to really get hot there from the jump. And I think he had like 11 or so in that quarter alone, and that's really tough. Just talk about the difficulties in that when a kid could.
Well, and we knew keeping them out of the paint was something that we knew we had to do. They just got downhill on us. So I tried to play zone, which I knew that would be a challenge too, because they have shooters all over the floor. But yeah, 10, he got hot. He came in the game and gave him a real spark. And then of course the Gordon kid is always someone that if he has a little bit of space, he's going to knock it down. And he did that too. He was phenomenal on the offensive end. And then Javante's, he's an athlete. It's hard to keep him off the boards and hard to keep him out of the paint no matter what defense you throw at him. So they have weapons all over the place, and we tried to do the best we could to keep them out of the paint, force them into shooting threes, and just tried to contest as much as we could, and they knocked them down, and that's the mark of a good team.
I know one thing you guys are trying to do is build off the state tournament appearance last year, and you have a lot of kids back from that team. Just talk about the struggles in trying to do that while also battling the weather, because the way you look at it, most teams by February you have a good idea of what you are and where you want to improve. But with the way things have gone, you played maybe half your games because there's been so many cancellations and reschedules.
Yeah.
So just talk about the difficulties and navigating that while trying to keep everything on the tracks.
Yeah, right now it almost feels like we're starting over. It really does. Like we felt like there in the middle of January we were kind of hitting our stride. We were playing really well on both ends of the floor. And then the weather hit, and it's just like we've lost our rhythm. And then in finding way, getting the kids in the gym to practice is the biggest thing to keep that, one rhythm offensively, and then the connectivity defensively. It's really difficult when you're not in the gym and you're not doing it every day. And then, as far as building from last year, we do have a lot of kids coming back, but they're all in different roles. With the exception of maybe Donovan Reed, and his role's been the same for 3 years, with this being the third year. But all those other kids are playing different roles, and it's taken them some time to figure those roles out. And now, we felt like they were starting to shape, into what we thought we would be early in the year. And now it's, like I said, we're just starting over.
Thank you, Coach.